So you see me talking a lot about UpWork, you see me closing clients using the platform, you see my students closing clients on the platform, and now you're thinking to yourself, how do I go about starting UpWork if I have no solid profile, no profile description, no past results, or no portfolio? So I'm going to jump and dive straight into that and how you can go about getting started on UpWork today. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Montel Gordon here. Hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe. Now, if you're new around here, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you turn on that notification bell so that you get notified every time I drop an upload. Also, give me a follow on Instagram and make sure you send me a DM if you have any questions regarding social media marketing, personal branding, entrepreneurship. You get the idea. But guys, let's talk about how to get started on UpWork. I want to get right to the point on this. So first and foremost, of course, you're going to need to go about signing up to the actual platform. So you just want to go ahead and head over to UpWork.com. What you want to do is actually get a freelancer account and a client account. Now, if you're having trouble with setting up your freelancer account, it's because you have tried to put in social media management. So if you haven't been accepted, try it one more time. If not, you're going to have to change what you're going to be doing on UpWork. So on UpWork, it actually asks you, what sort of services are you going to be providing? What are you a freelancer in? That sort of stuff. What you want to do is, if you're not getting accepted, change it to something really random, such as, you do Japanese translation to English. I know you probably don't know how to speak Japanese. If you're watching this, if you do, that's awesome. But what you want to do here is, it's not really about the skill in this. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is that on UpWork, there's like periods where they're a little bit iffy about letting people onto the platform with social media management, because there's a lot of us on there. Not to say that it's over saturated or anything like that, or super competitive. Trust me, it's not. I'll be showing you, I'm pretty sure if you watch my other video where I talk about how I went about getting my first client on UpWork in 22 days with the platform, and how my student literally just now has gone and got 2 clients in his first 3 weeks of using UpWork. So yes, this is a real good strategy. But guys, look, if you're struggling to get accepted onto the actual platform, make sure you choose some sort of skill that's in low demand, such as Japanese to English translation, and that's going to get accepted onto the platform. Once you're accepted, you then just want to change your platform, your actual profile, back to doing actual social media management and Facebook ads and that sort of stuff. Now guys, what you want to do on there is make sure you go ahead and create 3 specialized profiles. Now when it comes to creating your profile, if you guys are in my actual 4-week mentorship program, you guys already have my templated actual profile description that you can actually go and use, the plug and play sheet. If not, just go and look at, I believe it's week 1. If you look in week 1, your resources section, you will see the templates in there, so go ahead and use that. If not, guys, what you want to do is go out and create a client account on UpWork. So there's client accounts on UpWork and there's freelancer accounts. Client accounts on UpWork is where you go to get to actually hire people, and there's a freelancer account, which is where you go to actually go and get clients, basically. So freelancer is where you get paid. Client account is where you pay somebody to do something for you. So if you're looking for a team member on UpWork, you would create a client account and then you go and post out a job, basically. You don't get clients as a client account. You get clients using freelancer accounts. I don't know why, but some people middles those 2 things up. You don't want to do that. But anyway, guys, look, what you need on UpWork is a fully decked out actual profile. There's so many sections on there. There's the profile description section, there's your title, there's your location, there's your hours, there's all sorts of stuff you need to fill out, such as other work experience, past work experience, other certificates and all that sort of stuff. But what you want to do, guys, essentially is, and the easiest way to do this is using the quote, great artist copy, good artist copy, great artist steal. That's exactly what you want to do, and you want to combine that with the other saying that, success leaves clues. So what you want to do is create a client account and go and type in people that offer the same service as you. So if you're offering Google ads, type in people who offer Google ads and go and find freelancers that do Google ads. If you're doing Facebook ads on UpWork, you want to go and type in on your client account. So you want to go to your client account, by the way, and do this. You want to go find freelancers that offer basically the same service as you. Then you want to set filters to show you the top rated freelancers that offer the same service as you. Now, the reason why I'm telling you to do this is because there's no point you making up some shit and just coming up with some shit, because I tried to create when I first started started Upwork, I was putting in shit like all sorts of like dumb shit that you just don't need in there. Talking about me, when really you should be talking about them. Literally, remember that whenever you're in business, the person on the other end, your clients, your actual customers, they're always tuned into what's in it for me, FM. WIIFM. Remember that. What's in it for me, FM. So always remember that. But guys, look, what you're gonna do on your actual, in this little method I'm teaching you here is go and find successful people already using a platform and then replicate what they're doing on their platform, on their actual profile. Because think about it, if they're successful on there, and you can actually set filters for people who've made like over 10k on the platform or over 50k on the platform, all that sort of stuff, and then you can filter it by, you know, what the sort of job success score they have. If they have like 98 plus or something like that, then you can obviously see that those accounts are doing something correctly, and what you want to do is replicate what they're doing correctly. Now, don't just flat out copy these people. So that's how you'd go about fixing up your profile real good without needing to do any guesswork. Basically, that's a little method I teach to students in the actual program. I also give them a fully optimized template that they can actually use and just plug and play and copy and basically just change out the certain names and whatnot. Now, when it comes to your portfolio section, a lot of people I get this question asked a lot on my actual Instagram, which is, you know, what I get you guys to do. You actually should be DMing me on Instagram if you have any questions. I could definitely help you out with that. Look, I get the same question asked to me all the time, which is, what should I put in my portfolio section? Now, it's gonna depend on what you're doing. There's a couple ways to get around this. First and foremost, there's kind of 3 ways to get around this. You could talk about the industry case studies. So what you can do is actually, if you're offering Facebook ads, you can go and find case studies online of the industry. You can even go to Facebook's like actual case study section and actually just use those as case studies and say that, you know, we actually know how to do this and whatnot, and put that in your profile. That's probably the weakest way to do this. The second best way to do this is probably, and this is, by the way, if you don't have any results. Of course, if you have results, you put your own shit in your own portfolio section. I personally use Canva to create this and whatnot, so you can actually create that Canva. And if you guys again are in the actual 4-week program, you guys literally get everything you could possibly need. I literally send you the copied version of my business. You just get to use it. So you get to get my exact portfolio. You get to see my exact template on how you should structure your portfolio and what should it look like, what you should include on there. So you guys don't even need to waste time thinking about that. You just literally replace the pictures. And so you guys already know you get that. But if you guys are starting from scratch, what you want to do is use Canva and set up your own template using that. Now, in your portfolio section, you want to show them previous work. Now, with that being said, you need to understand that on Upwork, people on there, like the clients on there, aren't even looking for the greatest results. I mean, there's obviously some people out there that are looking for the greatest results, but most of the time on Upwork, especially if you're offering social media management, that is, they're just looking for somebody who's competent enough, that knows how to create good looking content and knows how to write English and speak English and use proper grammar, understands the English language as their first language. And most of the people on Upwork are going to be competing against are from third world countries that speak broken English and don't know how to write English in proper grammatical structure and sense, so that they, you know, their copywriting basically sucks, essentially. No offense to third world countries, but guys, look, I have a lot of people say that, is it oversaturated on Upwork? No, it's not. You're literally competing against third world countries, people that don't even speak English. Like, English is literally their second language that you're competing against. You're telling me, you being from America, Canada, England, New Zealand, wherever you're watching this from, and you speak English as your first language, you're telling me you can't compete against those and actually show that a business owner that your value, this is gonna sound horrible, but like, your value is worth more than someone else. Now, I don't believe you should be positioning yourself like that. I think it's horrible, and it feels horrible even saying it on camera. But guys, there's a bias towards, if you are competing against like a bunch of people from third world countries and you are an American dude that speaks English, you spoke English all your life and you know how to create content, 9 times out of 10 a dude has a business is probably going to pick you over like the people in the third world country, because they're gonna feel more comfortable with you and you speak English and stuff like that. It's just the way it goes, the way the cookie crumble goes. I'm not a racist dude. I hope this is not coming across like malicious or anything like that, but you guys get what I'm talking about here. So on Upwork, when it comes to your portfolio, there's another thing you can do. The first thing you can do is obviously use Facebook's inbuilt like case studies and talk about industry standards and use facts from like the actual Facebook's like library itself. It has like its own like Facebook case studies and stuff like that, and say that you've learned this and you can kind of replicate that. That would be if you're just completely starting out. What I recommend you do if you don't want to do that is actually find a team member. This is a little bit difficult to do at the beginning, because it's like, why would and this is the question I get asked a lot as well, like, why would a freelancer that knows what they're doing allow me to team up with them and then use their case studies. Now, what you got to realize, guys, is that like a lot of freelancers, and again, if you're in this business, you're probably in this business to start an actual business, not be a freelancer. There's a difference. If you're starting an agency, that's an actual business. You in the business is, and then doing all the delivery yourself is like being the chef of a restaurant, like owning a restaurant and being a chef in your own restaurant. It doesn't make sense. That's for a story for another day. But essentially, guys, what you want to do is go and build an actual team. I actually recommend you build your team before you even get clients, especially if you're running Facebook ads. If you're running social media management, it doesn't really matter too much because social media management is really, really easy. So one of the ways is to go and find a contractor that's okay. You verbally agree with them to allow you to do this. So it's like a mutual beneficial relationship. Some people like just having clients and not having to maintain a client relationship. They don't like the sales aspect of SMMA. They're introverted and they really just love delivering the results. Now that's a good team member to have because they will probably allow you to use their results because they don't know how to go out and get clients themselves. If they do, they're very shy, they're very scared, and you're kind of, what you bring to the table is more clients. They bring the results, you bring more clients to the table, and you pay them a certain fee per month. Now you want to verbally agree that it's okay for you to use their actual case studies and put that on your actual profile section, in your portfolio section. The reason why they would allow you to do that is because, again, it's a mutual beneficial relationship. They have the results and you bring in more clients. They on themselves probably don't know how to bring in more clients, especially if they're on the owner, they're actually a individual freelancer. They may not know how to bring in clients as well as you do if you're sales orientated, which you should be if you're trying to build an actual business. So that would be the second way to do this. The third way to do this is literally, if you're offering like social media management, just go and create a portfolio of a few business examples that you would actually do. So for example, if you're looking to work with like real estate businesses or even gym businesses, what I would do is pick like the 5 top niches that you'd actually want to work with. So like gyms, restaurants, real estates, accountants, whatever the niches are basically. And then what I want you to do is go and create content using Canva and like captions, and actually just create a portfolio of what your content would look like. And you can use Canva to do this. And again, most of the time people on Upwork don't actually care about if you've had the most experience possible and if you've got all this crazy experience. Well, they do kind of, but when you're beginning out, you have to have some sort of something to show them basically. And what you can do to bypass this is literally just go and create a portfolio of like what you can go and do. What I mean by this is, like, let's say you're offering like web design or something like that, or even like funnel build outs. What you can do is go to ClickFunnels, create a free trial and go build some funnels and show them that like you're actually capable of building funnels. That's all they want to see, that you're actually competent enough to actually go and do this. So if you're offering social media management, go and create like some actual demonstration, like sample pieces, basically sample content. That's what you want to do. Create a like sample content and show them that this is the content you're capable of creating, and show them that you actually know how to write captions, how to do the hashtag research, how to actually go and create the content. That's a great way to get around that, and actually put that on your actual profile. And don't lie to them and say that this is the work you've done. Just say that this is the work you're capable of doing. So if you want to work with me, this is the level of quality you can expect from me, that sort of stuff. Then if you're offering Facebook ads, what you can do is also create demonstration ads. So you could create like a demo ad, such as like a real estate demo ad. You could create that, show them the steps through the sales funnel as well. So you could create like a landing page, a thank you page, the actual ad. Then you could say that, you know, this would be a demonstration ad that I would run, and show them how beautiful the ad is and the copy in there, and take a screenshot of that. You can actually go and build that and on the business manager and your ads manager. You can go create that. And then you would say that you drive traffic here to a landing page, and you'd show them like the targeting and stuff you would use and whatnot. And that's just going to give them so much more confidence in you, because it shows that you actually know what you're doing. So you don't actually have to have results that you've actually gone and done. You can actually go and do this in terms of, this is what I would do in the future if I had clients, and show them what you're actually capable of, and put that in your actual portfolio. So again, if it's like Facebook ads, I would create like maybe a 5 pictures, and they kind of go in sequential order. So this is what the ad would look like, this is what the targeting would look like. So the first bit would be like an ad, a screenshot of an ad with an actual copy, with an actual image, and you could show them certain things and explain why you've done it in a certain way. Then on the second picture would be like the actual targeting, detailed targeting, like why would you target that sort of stuff and what's your thinking behind it, and show them a screenshot of the detailed targeting. Then on the third image would be like when people click the ad, they're going to get taken to this particular landing page or lead form, and then show them how you build out the lead form and show them what the end product would look like, and then show them the thank you page and how you would actually have on the thank you page like maybe a call now button, so that they can actually just quickly dial right there from the computer to actually get leads generated like that. So that would be a way to go about that, and I highly recommend you try one of those strategies, guys. And that's how you go about getting started with Upwork ASAP. So again, what you want to do is go and look for successful people already on the platform and replicate what they're doing. You want to fill out your profile as much as possible. Don't worry too much about like the really weird sections that say like what certificates have you got. In this world, in the marketing world, certificates are absolute bullshit. I don't think I've ever, in fact no, to this day, I have not once had a client ask me, do you have a marketing degree? I don't know what it was, but like, who decided that marketing degrees were gonna be a thing? Like, that is the most stupidest shit I've ever heard. Do you know how long it takes to actually come up with a like curriculum in school and then push that out? By the time someone has created the curriculum for marketing degrees and actually created everything that needs to go into that, like the resources, the learning materials, by the time that gets published into the curriculum in schools and universities and colleges, by the time that actually comes around, marketing's changed already. Like, it changed like 6 times by then. If you take a look at Facebook ads now to Facebook ads like a year ago, that shit's changed already. In fact, from now to like 6 months ago, Facebook ads has already changed. It changes literally every fucking day, man. So there's no way you can teach marketing in a school environment. It's just too slow. Marketing is one of those things you need to learn hands-on, basically. Which is why I don't believe in those courses that teach you Facebook ads and whatnot. I've heard a lot of people, I've actually done this as well, gone through a lot of courses that teach Facebook ads. You can understand the basics, but it's like trying to learn how to ride a bike from fucking reading books. Like, you can just get up and ride the bike. Just go and ride the bike instead. You're probably better off just doing it like that. You can read thousands of books on how to ride a bike, but if you've not actually physically just got on the bike and actually started pedaling, probably won't learn how to ride a bike. But guys, that's how you go about getting started on UpWork. Go and try those methods out. Tell me what you guys think. And the key to this is literally, I always repeat this, but the key to this is just doing one thing over time consistently. So if you're gonna stick to UpWork and UpWork only until you actually master it. And what I mean by that is just set 90 days, remove expectation, set a 90-day challenge to yourself and say that within this 90 days, I'm going to send 10 proposals each and every day on UpWork on my freelancer account, and I'm not going to miss a single day for 90 days straight, and see what happens. Just do that, guys. Literally just do that and you'll be ahead of 99.9% of people trying to run a social media marketing agency, because they don't have a clue what they're fucking doing. They're doing all sorts of shit. And I was one of those dudes previously when I was doing like Facebook messages, fucking Instagram DMs, cold calls, cold this, cold everything. But guys, look, stick to one thing over time, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys have any success for this, let me know in the comment section, or even send me a DM and see. I want to know exactly what you did, and give me a brief on you closing clients, because you will close clients. It's just inevitable if you stick to it over time. But anyway guys, I'm blabbing at this point. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you drop a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.